Time is, we got up at 12 o'clock. but we did only have 7.5 hours sleep. We went to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning, smashing them back tests out. Had a cracking sleep, went to bed where I was actually knackered. It's the perfect environment. What's the weather looking like? Most really fucking fantastic, to be honest. Here we are. Best thing about being here for 3 months is we've got so much time. Although I don't really want to be able to sit at my computer all day, to be honest with you. But there's still a lot to do, man. So that, my friends, I've tried to put the lid on. It's one way around. That, my friends, is the plan for today. We're gonna get some sunlight, grab a coffee, take a fat shit. I've already done one, so you don't have to see that. Clean this up. I want to document how much, trying to figure out how much I'm spending, but there's too many different things going on at once, and I need to fucking stop it. I need to stop being a naughty boy. Just one thing at a fucking time, Patty. One thing at a fucking time. Because we don't go to bed till like 3, 4, 5 in the morning. We can't really eat at 12. Well, we can't eat at 12 because we didn't wake up till 12, so we would have missed our eating window anyway. But it's currently 12:34. Floor is super fucking hot. And then just so you can see from higher up, that's fucking yep, too hot to climb up on. So, hell of a view, hell of a place, to be honest. And only because we've got no shoes on or socks. The floor's hot as it is. I'm now currently in the shade. Start planning their days even more. For us to walk over there and up there, God knows how long that'll take us to get there. I don't know how far that even is from here, but we will go and try it out. We'll try and take like a packed lunch. We'll get some energy drinks from a shop, full sugar ones, just to keep us going, and then we'll see what there is. We do need to learn some Vietnamese, because I don't even know a single fucking word. Like a single one. I don't even know how to say hello, thank you. This is what I end up missing. It goes to my leg. Skulls to my fucking leg. Nah, just imagine that. So each candle is a day. So it takes quite a lot of price movement, obviously, from 76. So it's been making nice legs up. So we're looking for volume and price movement. Loads of volume, price came up. Nice. And then as price consolidates or corrects, moves sideways, you want to see volume drop, which it did. And when volume came back up, push price, which is nice. And then it starts consolidating, correcting sideways, it goes down. That's good. That's a healthy trend. Price comes up again, makes a new high. Brilliant. There's no divergence. Although you could maybe say there is fucking here, but it doesn't always count. Divergence doesn't always count, as long as depending what kind of condition the market's in. And then the next high was higher volume, which was made a nice high, failed to return, didn't make to go higher, and then it broke first part of market structure, which that shows weakness. That was the first piece of weakness. This is going to be the second piece of weakness, and depending if it can hold between these 12-21 bands, then we're going to be coming down to then more likely grab the liquidity and then bounce back up. But that is 101k, and just to keep it so it's easy to understand, you do want to see volume coming up while price comes down again. So it's just pretty much inverted of how you would see price move going upwards. This would be classed as it's easy to class this as kind of a line of defense, line of defense, line of defense. More times it touches, so it touches one here, touches again here, and then more time it touches, it starts to fail and get weaker, and then it breaks down. Same kind of advice would go for these three, but depending on the candles, if they're engulfed or they're wicked or they're indecision candles and the band's turning to red, and depending if price is going up or down, that also changes. Even though you have lines of defenses, depending on the colours and if it's pointing up, pointing sideways, pointing down, and depending on what size of the candles are and what volume's coming in, then it shows a completely different aspect, but that's only using price action and volume. Ideally you want to be using open interest, and there's a lot of other things to be using as well, so it's actually quite a lot, to be honest. Obviously you still want to be using resistance. Resistance is only resistant until it's broken. Same advice would go through: more times resistance is touched, more times it breaks through, purely because if you got resting orders, say price comes down and you got passive, which means resting orders, not active resting orders. They're orders which are waiting to be filled. If prices come down, they won't get filled. But when price comes down and they do get filled, passive orders, being passive, being just waiting to be filled, can stop price, but it can't move price. That's why you tend to get bounces. It comes down and bounces up. And if there's loads of selling pressure, then it will keep going down, and then depending if there's liquidations. Resistance is going to be at the top. So as price tries to come up at the top, and it bounces back down because there's resistance and there's people wanting to sell. When price goes to touch back up again, there's in theory should be less. The bulls, which are called the buyers, stay strong. It can hit resistance once, take out those who are trying to sell their, say for instance BTC, price will come back down, price will then go back up again for a second attempt, will try and break through. If there's more orders, then again selling orders will come down and push the price down, because more selling pressure and buying pressure will force price down. And then it'll try again. It may try again depending how strong the momentum is carrying, how good we're marketing, what's going around in the world. But the third time we'll be going to hit resistance, which is at the top. Hope this makes sense. And because it's already hit it twice and it's already taken a lot of sell orders, there'll be less, in theory should be less selling orders left for the third or fourth time. So when it comes to go to the break resistance, there'll be less selling orders, so price is more likely going to break through. But that's only if more active people are buying. But because other players know that's going to happen, people will also be trying to potentially have systems third or fourth breakout. But it doesn't have to be a third or fourth breakout. It could break out in a second. It all depends how strong it is. Like, so much money learning to trade. Like, I've made every fucking mistake. NFTs, I flipped NFTs, made money, never sold them because, again, when I was beginning, listening to everybody else. Turns out most people don't fucking know at all. Even the big people who have got like 500,000 subscribers and followers, man. I've not seen them do any kind of chart stuff. I'm not seeing them give any advice now, because they give so much advice before, because they've been completely fucking utterly wrong, because they're saying, oh, this is going to happen, when this doesn't fucking happen. It's to do with probability. You don't say to someone, oh, do this. Don't worry, you be safe, man. You just risk it and getting them to lose their money, man. It's very unprofessional, and it's not the right way to do it. If you need to people need to give advice. But give them both sides. People always want to know the good stuff. Oh, we're going to go to fucking 500k. Yeah, but we could also go to fucking 90k again before we go there. Everybody likes the direction, I guess you could say. Oh, the direction's up. Yeah, that's good. But how is it going to get fucking up? Is it going to be up, down, up, down, up, down? And people just get fucking wrecked. That's why so many people fucking lose. And that's why I lost so much money for it. Mate, I bought at the top of... Fuck me. Most of my money I've lost through trying to trade the markets from the last 2 years. Now it's not too bad, but because I've blown so much fucking money, it has been bad. And then I went down the idea of trying to get high ticket sales, thinking that was the right way for me, which I had to hustle myself 5 grand, blown 5 grand on that. Turns out that it isn't for me, because it's not that psychology of trying to find out why people say no and try and make them say yes. It's actually turns out it's more that it's for human behaviour, which I enjoy loads, which I guess has come from my past, and why trading seems to work so well, and why I'm fascinated by it. So traveling around is super fucking cheap. It's cheaper for me to travel around and do my own shit than it is to live in the UK. Live cheap. That's why it works so well. Trade and become a fucking absolute animal and build absolute animals. But again, so much thing I could fucking talk about. Let's get back to trading. 4 hour candles. So instead of each one being 1 hour, each one's now 4. So think of it 4, 8, 12, double that, so 6 candles to each day. Now the market looks completely different. We've had a big run up, which is good. Again, it started tapping, but early bands, 12, 21 bands did break through. Every time it tapped 50 EMA, it bounced up, and then it started to weaken down. We were seeing weakness here, and it wouldn't get any higher. So there's more weakness, and then it's showing more weakness, come down to 100 bands, broke down, turned that into some kind of resistance. It is trying to break above. Prices start to go up, but that might have been just from the sell-offs with real little volume, but volume has been picking up for each little leg. Everything's compressing. We've got a channel coming up, and then it's depending if it's going to break down or not. Bands have turned green. There is a 200 here. So as we go saying about on the 1 day, that price is more likely going to come down and test the range out, kind of fits in with the 4-day, where price needs to potentially can come down to here. Just pick up some more liquidity, get some stop losses, and the 200's coming up. The 200's quite a strong resistance on the 4-day and the daily. So price to come down here would be a brilliant place for it to go sideways. So that wouldn't be a bad kind of little, if you've got a system for that area, that wouldn't be a bad little opportunity to buy. And then you look at the 1-day, and now it's all fucking messy again because it's zoomed in. This big 1 hour resistance. It is tapping, trying to break through, but also you got to remember, if there's a shit ton of selling pressure, and as buyers are coming in to buy Bitcoin and getting sold off, buying in, selling off, buying in, selling off, buying in, selling off, even the opposite can happen, where the buying pressure can wear off. The less buying pressure, all the energy's going up and it's all getting used up, and it gets to a stage where the buying energy becomes weak, so it starts to fail. Even though it's trying to grab, these little highs become less, and then price man, I don't know why, I swear every time I want to show you on fucking anything to do with trading, we have, man, look, what the where are we? Hopefully you can kind of see where I am here. Actually, we'll change the colour. See that, so we'll cross all that out, pretend that's not there, pretend that's not there. So yeah, you ain't gonna fucking understand this because it's too fucking messy. If prices start to come up and these are making smaller highs, that means the selling pressure is still more stronger than the buying pressure. Buying pressure weakens off because there's less people coming in to buy, and then eventually break down, and then we'll start to move downwards. But then again, there's lovely resistance here, there's potentially support here, and there's going to be stops. So you wouldn't be surprised, there'll be stop orders here, stop there, more likely a stop there. And if price does start to break down, and it takes people's stops out, that's going to add more selling pressure. When people are FOMOing and there's people chasing, that's why you get these massive liquidity fucking these big, what the fuck, big drops, because it hits people's stop losses. That causes more selling pressure. That forces, because there's not much buying pressure, that forces it even down, grabs more stop losses, and then because there's so many stop losses built up, because so many people fucking FOMOing, you have massive candles all the way down. People shit the fucking sell. I need to get one more video done. I think I'm going to do daily uploads because there's so much content, and trying to put it in folders and then get back to and think of the ideas I have when I record it just seems to be impossible, takes so much time. Back from boxing, sick, fucking loved it, absolutely loved it. 3 days a week, we just need to find a gym now for like 2 or 3 days a week. About £80 for 3 months. Back in Thailand, boxing for 1 month was £100. Just had a coffee and a nicotine pouch. I wasn't gonna have one of these, but I only had one purely just to kick this shit in, straight in, bam. And just noticed I haven't done a weekly review this week, and I've not rechecked my finances. So it shows, even without needing to try to do sales at the same time, there clearly isn't enough time to do everything I wanted to do. Yeah, we've been moving over here, and what I've set myself, I should have done. So there's no excuse. We are well away with the editing and everything starts to align, which is good. Food's come. It was roughly, oh shit, roughly $150. £4.24. Something in England mostly costs you about 15 quid. Either a double or triple. Again, with their writing, it doesn't actually tell you very well, and they normally use pictures for all of them. There's so many improvements they could make. Battered, but it is what it is. We've got a very squashed bun. We should have 3 burgers, sausage, egg, chicken, and something else on top with a load of veg. And a chicken burger. A chicken burger. So 4 slices, but they're all like smashed burgers, so they're like super thin. Which is much a good way of saying you could have a chill burger and only give them like 1 burger. But again, everybody's gonna make money. Hopefully I'm gonna eat this in like 2 seconds like I normally do. That's what it's looking like. So 3 burgers and a chicken burger, sausage and egg. Man, so the next vlog's nearly done. I just have to add some music to it, although it's 20 minutes long and I can't render it because uploading it and rendering it's gonna take hours while doing stuff on my computer is gonna make it even slower. So I'm gonna have to chop it, so it's gonna be videos every day. Some of them will be longer than others, but the only way we're going to be able to process it and keep on track. That gets rendered. I have to copy the other half. Hopefully when it renders I can paste it and then delete the first half, render that, and then create like another 4 or 5 videos. Next day, tomorrow, it seems like we ain't going to be going out. It's going to be another fucking 24 hours solid. I've just drank my coffee. We're hitting, it's nearly 12 o'clock. I'm going to smash my other coffee, render that, get the other 5 clips done, and then we're on top of YouTube. Most things done, market's done, we went to boxing, that's done, we've ordered our burger, that's done, we've done the trading, and then sort of photos out for Instagram. That's like the least important thing. We're so behind with pictures on Instagram, man. It's just, yeah. If this is what I'll focus I can be, and how much I'm trying to improve, hopefully I can just 10 times what I am now. Next year, another 10x, keep getting better and better. Then possibilities are endless, to be honest. Wow, soon became 4:15 in the morning. Videos upload, find it load to YouTube. The next one's rendering. As soon as that's done, we go to sleep. But as soon as that's done, the bell's going to be ringing, because we've got about another hour left, and I think the bell's ringing at 5. So we've got another 45 minutes left until it's 5 o'clock. Don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea, but that is definitely from me tonight. And yeah, see you tomorrow morning around, I don't know what time we wake up, whatever time after we've had 7 hours sleep, when we wake up. So catch you in a bit.